Hey y'all, I'm so glad that you joined. My heart is full. I'm feeling really, really grateful. And, just like the invitation said, I'm just really gonna share with you my health journey and family health journey and the spiritual journey that I've been on. And, I just am really, really glad that I get an opportunity to share that with you all. It all started in 2014 when my mother was diagnosed with ovarian cancer for the first time. And really, what happened was we had no idea what was going on. We were really depressed. The both of us were really depressed. Now, I was already on a journey of destruction. I was already kind of drinking a decent amount. But when that happened, that really accelerated everything. And it just not only did it accelerate that, it accelerated the depression. And so what happened was, we began to heal. When my mother got into remission, we began to heal as a family. And she was re-diagnosed in 2016, which is really when my recovery began. And at that time, it was just, I definitely did not do that, right? I was able to be there for my mom. And and it was what I began to do was I just began to ask questions. Like I realized that I was a researcher, and I was a researcher the whole time, right? And this just the thought came, and it was like, well, why don't I try to help my mom, see if we can maybe figure out how to help her to be in remission for a little bit longer. And I was asking the questions, like nothing changed. She just went back to her usual stuff that she was doing before. And so when I began to look at it, I would read literature for work. I just started to read. And really what I found was the standard American diet is a really big part of a lot of chronic diseases, including cancer. And at the same time, as I was looking at those things, people started to show up in my life that had high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, all of these different things. And I was like, oh, let me see if I can help people. But I ended up scaring people because I'd be like, you have to get rid of everything. You have to get rid of everything. And people would, kind of run away. And like, I realized that it's a journey. And I've been on this journey too. So, now I really am able to see that. But I still truly believe that, the animal products, the processed foods, the pesticides, all of those things contribute to, really tough health. So I began this business in a business called Patients in 2020. And really the goal was to help people to be able to ask their doctors like different questions about what's going on and to see if they may be able to get better help for what they have going on. I didn't, at the time I was working in healthcare, and I didn't have the confidence to really talk about diet as much as I knew it in my heart. But how I know like this journey is inspired is that every time I try to kind of let it go, something else shows up or somebody shows up, and I'm like, I can't just let that person not, like say anything to that person. I just have to keep going. And so, God just keeps providing all these different tools to be able to move forward. So I start the business, and then I end up making a course really this year. And when I finished the course, people were asking me, okay, and Diane is on this call too, and one of the people that really inspired me, period. She helped me so much in my life, and she asked me, well, what should people eat then? So I was inspired to write a book. And when I wrote this book, I was realizing, oh my goodness, there's so much chopping, right? There's so much chopping, so many fruits, so many vegetables that, that people have to do. And I was praying for another avenue to be able to help people with. And so Allison, who's also on this call, came into my life and reintroduced me to Purium. I'd heard about Purium. I just wasn't ready for it at the time from a good friend. And then when Allison came into my life, everything just really aligned. And so I thought to myself, well, what do I have to lose? I was eating a certain way. What I was eating was smoothies, salads, and soup. So that's really what the book is. And when I started taking Purium, what happened was that on day 3, to me, what it felt like my cells were exploding. It was like they were dancing, right? That's really what it felt like. By day 5, I realized that my workouts were better. And then I realized that I had some bloating that I didn't even know that I had bloating. Oh, my mood, right? Like my mood is so much better. I have way more patience with my children. And I believe that, and my sleep is so much better as well. My friend Lindsay also was like, Mamela, you're not sleeping. And sure enough, right? What comes with this ultimate lifestyle transformation with Purium has a product that helps with natural melatonin production. And so I'm getting better sleep. So anyway, so my point is that, you know, my mom was she supported my dreams and my goals. She even bought me so many things to help me anytime that I told her that I had a specific dream. I remember she bought me a laptop when I told her about starting my healthcare business. And you know, she made her transition in, if there's a best way to do it, she did it in the best way. And I was able to hold her as she made her transition. But my why is that I want my mom's legacy to continue to live on, you know, and I know that nothing in life happens by mistake. And I keep meeting people who need this kind of help. And I just hope that I could be a vessel and be able to be used in that way. And I also want to be able to show my kids that when you follow your heart, that you should follow your heart. And that, you know, that's just the important thing. So just creating generational health and generational wealth within the family is something that's really important to me. So I hope I didn't talk too long. I wanted to respect you all's time. Allison is on the call, who's my mentor, and so is Camille. And Camille is going to share a little bit more on Purium. So thank you, Camille, for being on the call, and thank you, Allison.
Yeah, beautiful, Mamelo. Like your story is so moving, and I just love how empowered you've become because of, you know, the heartbreak and the loss that you experienced. But I, like you said, like I feel like everything does happen for a reason. And there's a scripture that says, um, many are called, but few are chosen. Right. So I really feel that we're called in this community to be warriors for the health of others, and, you know, really make an impact, a positive impact in this world. And when I found Purium, I was dealing with my own personal health struggles. I truly had a health crisis, and I was on my knees praying for about 4 years. I had found myself in severe chronic pain that came about when I was pregnant with my third child. And at the time, I was working in the restaurant industry. I live in Chicago as well, and I was working for a celebrity chef in the busy West Loop. And I was waitressing, and we found out some unfortunate news about our unborn child. And at that point, my body went into severe chronic pain. Like I just felt like my back went out when I was waitressing one night. And at that point, I had been put in high risk care, and the doctor just said, "Oh, the pain will go away after you have the baby." Well, we ended up losing our baby. He had a rare chromosome abnormality. And I will talk about that a little bit more when I talk more about the products and some of the solutions that Purium has, because I've learned a lot since that experience. And you know, that I believe that pain will manifest in the body. So I was seeking solutions for many years, and it was after my rainbow baby was born. He's 5 now. About 2 years after he was born, I found that solution. And in the meantime period, I had been self-medicating with ibuprofen. I was taking about 2,000 milligrams of ibuprofen every day just to kind of get through the day. It wasn't taking the pain away, but it was taking the edge off so that I could still be somewhat present with my son and maintain, you know, as a stay-at-home mother. And this was during COVID, and I was watching my husband just grind. He was in grad school full time, and we were not making enough money to make ends meet. We were living on student loans. And at this time, I was like, okay, there's got to be something that I can do. And just 2 days prior to saying that to myself, I had said yes. Like I'm gonna give Purium a try. I'm gonna see if this is what I need, because I was really resonating with what I had been learning. And it was about 2 days after I started using the products that my chronic pain was gone. Like I just did not notice it, and I literally forgot to take my ibuprofen. And it was right around that same time when I had also laid out a big prayer, like, there's got to be something I can be doing from home. It's one of my core values is being a present mother for my children. And I have older children as well. And I've always made a way to be home with them and raise them. And this really was the answer to my prayer, because when I said yes to the business side of this and decided that I wanted to share what had happened in my own health, like I knew that this could help other people. It's just opened up so many doors for me. I've always had passion about um, holistic wellness, and I always had a dream to be a practitioner or to be in the wellness field. But there were certain aspects about being in the Western medical field that just didn't align with my core values. And this created a door for me to walk through, and I was able to attend school to become a regenerative health practitioner. So now that is what I do. I help people regenerate their bodies holistically through diet, nutrition, herbs. I also work with some advanced regenerative medicine protocols and really seeing quick turns in people's health. And so this truly has been an answer to prayers in so many ways for me. And it's really an honor and a joy to be able to share this with people and, collaborate with beautiful women like Allison and Mamelo and more people in our community. And, the mission of our company of Purium really has 4 pillars. So Purium stands for health, wealth, planetary wellness, and also purpose. And so on the health side of things, Purium is the OG or the original founder of the organic label. There was all kinds of crazy stuff going on in our food industry about 25 years ago, and it's gotten worse. But at that time, Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner, who are the founders of our company, they knew that there had to be higher quality standards on our food. And so they actually lobbied and were able to get regulations on the organic label and create a USDA certified organic label so that farmers had to follow certain types of practices, and they couldn't just say, oh, this is organic and get away with murder. So, we're really the core foundation of organic, and we work a lot with providing solutions for people that make it easy and attainable to achieve optimal health and wellness in their body by creating kits. So we have Mamelo briefly described it earlier. The ultimate lifestyle transformation is one way that people really get into this lifestyle. It provides the body with all of the nutrition that you need, and it's very convenient. You get your complete protein, which comes in the form of amino acids, and these amino acids, they build lean muscle, they burn fat. They are created by a doctor working with patients in comatose, and it's a very simple, easy way to utilize protein in the body. And then we really focus on soil health. We work with organic, regeneratively grown farms, and everything that we have has been triple tested. We have a beautiful drying process that everything is picked at the peak of ripeness, and then it's juiced and gently wind dehydrated on site. So you preserve the delicate enzymes and micronutrients in the products, in these green living foods. And like what Mamelo said, she said felt like her cells exploded. Like, we call this liquid sunshine, because when you drink it, it's like your cells just become alive again. And one thing that happened for me when I started using this nutrition is I noticed that my cravings went away. And I was like, why is that? Well, what it was is that I was just really deeply depleted. And America is the most underfed and overfed and undernourished country in the world. I mean, you can look at the statistics. If you live in Chicago, you can walk down the street and 85% of the population is obese. People are looking for this type of nutrition, but they just don't know that it's available. And so that's one thing that Purium has really done is they've created these nutritional products that really help to support people's body get back into vitality. And, one of the pieces that I really loved and really helped me was a solution for glyphosate. Most people don't know what glyphosate is, but if you've ever heard of the company Roundup, it is a weed killer and it's sprayed all over, right? Well, Roundup was actually formulated in the 80s with a chemical called glyphosate. And this chemical product is a byproduct of World War II. And it's a petroleum product, and what they were using it for was actually to clean heavy metal in like tanks and like heavy machinery, and it like decalcifies things. But when it got onto the ground, they noticed that it killed all the weeds. So they thought, well, we can capitalize on all this extra waste that we have from the war. Why don't we make a chemical agricultural product that will kill weeds? That's when Monsanto introduced the first GMO seed and made it Roundup ready, so that these crops could be grown in mass quantities and use this glyphosate herbicide to kill all the weeds. Well, the problem with glyphosate is not only does it kill the weeds, but it kills the topsoil. In fact, since the introduction of glyphosate, it's shown that we only have 60 crops left in the United States. I mean, 60 crops left, not just, 60 crops. I mean, that's it, because of how much it destroys the topsoil. So Purium, knowing that this was a huge issue, started to take a deeper look at it. And what come to find out is not only does glyphosate do this to the soil, but it also does it to the body. So it destroys the gut microbiome, and our gut is our second brain. So when we ingest glyphosate, it breaks open the little tight junctions, the delicate pathways in our gut, and causes toxins to float into our bloodstream. And what this does over time is it starts to breed dis-ease in the body. It creates inflammation. It's rooted and actually linked to all kinds of modern disease: heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, autism. I mean, the list really goes on. And if you guys are curious about this, we can get you more resources on this as well. But Purium has a solution to get that out of the body and to repair and restore the gut. And for me, that was a huge piece of it, because I had a lot of gut issues. I grew up in the 80s, and I grew up eating processed food. And glyphosate, unfortunately, is on everything that is not organic. So if you're eating at a restaurant, or if you're eating, commercially grown products, it's on everything. So, we couldn't take out Monsanto, but we were like, we can come up with a solution to get rid of it. So, Purium is really passionate about providing solutions that help the body get back into balance with ease, with convenience, and that's, time saving and money saving. So the health aspect is obviously a huge foundation of who Purium is. And we've just seen so many lives transformed because people have just been integrating this in to their daily lifestyle and, starting to repair. And when you bring it in, your body starts to shift. It starts to make better decisions. It's not like you have to, have this crazy special diet. Like, you just start to integrate it, and things just start to fall away. Those cravings start to fall away. Those, the need for sugar and, things like that. So it's a really neat way to bring the body back into balance, and this concept of subtraction by addition. So that's the health aspect of it. Now, the wealth aspect of it is, something that Purium saw as a real need, especially during COVID, when people were losing their jobs and people just didn't have a way out. And about 7 years ago, they brought in this social sharing economy, because they saw that not only did people were suffering in their health, but people were also suffering in their finances. I mean, let's be real. How many of us are living paycheck to paycheck right now? How many of us know somebody that is on food stamps, or doesn't know where their car payment is going to come from? It is an epidemic. And so Purium has adopted this model of social sharing because they want to provide a solution for people to bring in another stream of income, or maybe even become a conscious millionaire. I know women in our own organization that are buying up land in Kauai so that Monsanto can't buy it. Like, that's what's available here. Is, there's really no cap and no ceiling on what you can do with a business model like this, because let's be honest, people need solutions. They need health solutions, and they need financial solutions. So we provide that as well. And then Planetary, Purium is the very first company to go almost 100% plastic free. We're 99% plastic free right now. And we started the Plastic Free Initiative. And so what this means is that we have created home compostable, non-GMO hemp and bamboo packaging that all of our products come in. So in this year alone, we've saved over 260,000 pounds of plastic from going into the oceans. And now we're able to share this packaging with other health and wellness companies to try to help other companies go plastic free as well. We have one product left that is in the works of becoming plastic free, and then we'll be 100% plastic free company. So it's really an honor to be partnered with a community and a company that is doing so much for the planet as well. And, you know, Purium is also very focused on purpose. So we have a couple of nonprofit organizations. We have a scholarship called PEEPS. It's for underserved communities that that need a financial resource, but don't necessarily have the means to invest in their own health at this time, and they don't know quite how to do it. So we provide training for that, and a $200 or $2,500 scholarship of organic superfoods along with the business training. We also have a nonprofit for families with kids with autism, and we have a retreat center out in California, and that's all free for people that you know can really use that kind of support for their family. So it's really an honor to be here with you all. I'm going to pass it back to Mamela so she can share a little bit more about her own core values. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Camille. What a little cutie. Yeah, you know, you brought up some things when you were talking, and I think one of the things that you brought up was, you know, you were talking about the core values, and you know, one of the reasons why, you know, I left my previous place, but also the reason why, mainly the reason why I was attracted to Purium was because of the core values. I truly believe in people, and I believe in holistic healing. I was having a hard time just, you know, just being okay with, like, I did clinical research too. So it was just giving different drugs. And so then what was going on was people were just being on a whole bunch of different drugs. So for me, you know, whatever the case is, you know, it's like, you know, in recovery, there are these principles. And also in my life, I want to be able to live by principles, and those values really align with what I truly believe in. So that's another reason why I'm here. You know, there was just one more thing that you reminded me of, was the soil, and taking the products have really helped me to understand the nutrition. You know, the nutritional piece, and that it makes sense once you experience it. So you have the knowledge, and then you can understand. But there's something about when you actually take it and you see something inside your body that brings about a different kind of, you know, understanding. And so I really, I'm just grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be able to share Purium and just living a healthy lifestyle with people that really mean a lot to me and beyond. So I'm just, you know, I'm glad you all were able to join today.
Yeah, beautiful, Mamelo. I forgot to speak much about the soil health, but that is one of the things that is so important as we work with the really the top 1% of healthiest soils on the planet, which is kind of hard to believe, but that's what really makes a difference. That's when we're getting we really need to be getting our nutrition from the soil. So we offer that here. So we don't want to take up too much more of your time. I do want to open this for questions here in a few minutes if anybody has any questions, but I did want to just inspire you tonight, folks, to reach out to Mamelo. If there's anything that we spoke of tonight that moved your heart and you would like to support Mamelo, maybe you're curious to learn a little bit more about the nutrition and the ultimate lifestyle transformation or some of the other products that we offer, reach out and just say, you know, cool, I want to learn more about these products. Mamelo actually has a discount code if anybody's interested in getting started. $50 off your first order or 25% off, whichever is greater. So yeah, just shoot her a text. If you're curious to learn a little bit more about our business community and you think that maybe adding in another stream of income might be something that could help you or someone you know, and this mission aligns with your core values, we would love to connect with you and support you in that and just exploring that vision. So you can text Mamelo Business. And then if you aren't quite sure if that's what you're looking for, but you know somebody that might want to do a cleanse, or maybe they have something going on in their health and they just haven't really been able to get the answers, and somebody, just text her referral. And if none of that is you, but you love Mamelo, we just want to have you give her a shout out for being vulnerable like this tonight, and just send her an I love you text, like, you rock and I see you. So that's what I have for you tonight. And yeah, I'll just let you finish this out here, Mamelo, and then I'm going to end the recording and we'll open it up for questions.
No, that's really it. Thank you all for being here. You all being here just means so much to me. I was nervous at first, but then when I began to see your faces, I was like, oh yeah, this is my heart. So I'm really thankful you all were able to join. And if you have any questions, definitely throw them our way, and we will be able to, hopefully we'll be able to answer them. Thank you so much for the messages too in the chat. Really appreciate that. Oh.